At the very beginning, we see the year 1760. The Collins family sails from Liverpool to America to try their luck. There, they become so successful in the fish trade that a whole town is named after them, Collinsport. The beloved son of this family, Barnabas Collins, grows up learning just one lesson from his father. Family is everything in this world. But as he grows older, Barnabas makes a terrible mistake. He falls deeply in love with the housemaid, Angelique, unaware that she is actually a witch. When Angelique proposes marriage, Barnabas declines because he has fallen in love with another beautiful woman named Josette. Enraged by jealousy, Angelique uses black magic to kill Barnabas's parents and even throws Josette off a cliff. Barnabas tries to save his love by jumping off the cliff, but he doesn't die. Angelique curses him, turning him into an immortal vampire. The villagers, frightened, bury him alive in a coffin. The story now jumps to 1972. We meet Victoria, a sweet young woman fleeing from her home and hiding her identity, arriving in Collinsport to take a teaching job at the estate. There, she meets Elizabeth Collins Stoddard, the current head of the family. The estate is no longer the glamorous place it once was. It now lies in ruins. That night, at the dinner table, Victoria meets the whole family. Elizabeth's lazy brother, Roger, his son, David, who, after losing his mother in childhood, constantly sees her ghost, Elizabeth's teenage daughter, Caroline, who is always moody, and Dr. Julia, the family doctor who is frequently drunk. When Victoria tells David that she also believes in ghosts, Elizabeth looks at her skeptically. As Victoria prepares to go to her room that night, something strange happens. Victoria is alone in her room when she suddenly sees the ghost of Josette in the corridor. The ghost repeatedly whispers, "He is coming." Then, mysteriously, the ghost falls from above and vanishes in the same way Josette had fallen off the cliff all those years ago. Meanwhile, a group of construction workers is digging for a new McDonald's in the woods. While digging, they discover Barnabas's coffin. Curious, they break its lock, and Barnabas emerges. Nearly 200 years later, the bloodthirsty vampire is free and attacks the workers, drinking their blood. After satisfying his hunger, he wanders into the town, bewildered by the modern clothing and strange technology. Barnabas reaches the old Collins estate, now in ruins, and uses his vampire powers to hypnotize the gardener, Willie, so he can clean himself. When he enters the house, Elizabeth blocks him. At first, she refuses to believe that this man is their ancestor from 200 years ago. But when Barnabas shows her a secret room even she did not know about, she is convinced. Barnabas promises to restore the family's former glory with the treasure hidden in that secret room. Elizabeth agrees on one condition: nobody else in the house may learn that Barnabas is a vampire. The next morning, at breakfast, Barnabas is introduced to the family as a distant relative, Barnabas III. He discovers that the family fish business is now thriving again, run by the famous company Angel Bay Seafood. At that moment, Victoria enters the room. Barnabas's heart twists because she looks exactly like his lost love, Josette. Meanwhile, the witch, Angelique, still alive and known as Angie, is the owner of the seafood company. Learning that Barnabas has been released from the coffin, she rushes to the Collins estate. Upon seeing him, she kisses him and boasts, "The whole town is now in my hands. I opened this business to destroy your broken family. Nobody will recognize you." Barnabas is shaken, but Elizabeth encourages him. No matter the past, you must fight for your family. Filled with determination, Barnabas begins repairing the estate with the treasure and revitalizes the family business. Barnabas finds a way to move about during the day, using a hat, sunglasses, and umbrella to avoid sunlight. He even brings his old coffin into his room because he cannot sleep in modern soft beds. Meanwhile, the fish business thrives, and using his hypnotic powers, he recruits all of Angelique's top captains. In between work, he spends time with Victoria, learning about modern inventions. Trouble arises when Roger sees Barnabas taking treasure from the secret room. Dr. Julia also becomes suspicious and hypnotizes Barnabas in her office, forcing him to reveal the truth unintentionally. Furious, she complains to Elizabeth, but Elizabeth convinces her that studying this unusual creature is an opportunity for research. Julia agrees. Barnabas consults Caroline about modern dating. She advises him, "You must stop being old-fashioned. Hang out with hip people." He follows her advice and joins a group of hippies to learn about modern love. He listens carefully, but after the gathering, hunger overcomes him, and he kills all the hippies to satisfy his thirst for blood. The next day, Julia attempts a blood transfusion to turn Barnabas human. Meanwhile, Barnabas and Victoria grow closer, but Angelique grows furious. For her, the fish business is more than profit. It is revenge against the Collins family. Angelique summons Barnabas to her office and offers him the business. When he refuses, she threatens Victoria's life. Barnabas reluctantly spends time with her, leading to a dangerous and passionate encounter. But after he tells her it was a mistake, Angelique swears to destroy him completely. Victoria dreams of her traumatic childhood memories, being locked in an asylum for seeing Josette's ghost. She wakes to see Josette's ghost, who asks for help. The next morning, at breakfast, Barnabas announces that he will host a grand event for the town to assert his family's power. Caroline advises that parties, not balls, are now the way to influence people. Barnabas begins preparations. The party begins with all modern extravagances. Barnabas even hires the famous rocker Alice Cooper for a live performance. Finding the music unbearable, he steps out for a quiet moment. Outside, he sees David guarding his father's coat. Roger, lazy as ever, has forced his son to do his work while he flirts with a female employee and steals money from the coat pocket. Barnabas intervenes. Later, Victoria opens up to Barnabas about her past, how she was confined and tortured in asylums, yet Josette's ghost guided her and even led her to crucial newspaper ads. When she admits that she loves him, they kiss. But Angelique suddenly arrives at the party, her anger boiling. The next day, Barnabas goes to Dr. Julia for help to become human, but he discovers that Julia's real plan was to make herself immortal using his vampire blood. Enraged, Barnabas kills Julia and uses Willie to dispose of her body in the sea. Returning, Barnabas catches Roger trying to steal treasure from the secret room. He gives Roger two choices: either be a good father to David, or take the money and leave forever. Roger chooses money and departs, breaking David's heart. Just then, an accident occurs, and Barnabas uses super speed to save David, but sunlight hits him, revealing his vampire identity. David and Victoria flee in fear. With no options left, Barnabas confronts Angelique. She offers him a deal: join her in ruling the business, or be locked in the coffin again. Barnabas refuses, so Angelique chains him in a coffin and carries him toward the graveyard, casting a spell on the Collins family fish business. Angelique sets fire to the Collins Fish Company with black magic. Barnabas is left in a coffin at an old grave. Fortunately, little David receives a message from his mother's ghost and arrives just in time to free Barnabas. The townspeople watch the fire raging, while Angelique spreads a recorded confession where Barnabas admits killing Dr. Julia. Enraged, the crowd and police storm the Collins estate. Barnabas arrives and offers himself in exchange for his family's safety. When the police shoot him, nothing happens. He bites Angelique, tearing her skin apart. Everyone realizes she is also a monster. The police and townspeople flee in terror. The final battle begins. Elizabeth grabs a shotgun, and Caroline, turning into a werewolf, attacks Angelique. But Angelique's magic is too powerful. She confesses to all her crimes, killing Barnabas's parents, David's mother, even orchestrating Caroline's werewolf attacks. At that moment, David summons his mother's ghost. The ghost strikes Angelique, throwing her onto a chandelier. She dies as she falls, trying to hand her heart to Barnabas, but he refuses. Angelique turns to dust. The estate burns. Barnabas desperately searches for Victoria. The ghost guides him to the cliff, where he finds her, knowing she is human and he is a vampire. Saddened, Victoria jumps, but Barnabas follows, biting her at the last moment and turning her into a vampire. Victoria awakens as an immortal being like Barnabas. They kiss and begin a new life together. In the very final scene, deep beneath the sea, Dr. Julia opens her eyes, revealing that she has returned as a bloodthirsty vampire as well, and thus ends the bizarre and thrilling saga of the Collins family.